Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. So today we are going to study about Pandas library in Python. Now first of all, to do any machine learning project, we need data because data is the main input. We are going to work on data, clean the data, find the patterns and predict. Okay, that's what machine learning does. Now, how can we collect the data? It can be done in many ways. Like in Pandas, if you have heard about scikit-learn library, that is a very famous, very popular library. Okay, in that library, developers have already kept some data sets, some real life data sets, some toy data sets. So we can simply download them and can use them in our project, can research on those data. Simple, we can do that. Or we can just simply create our own data, or we can collect from different websites by web scraping, or websites directly provides you the data, so that way also we can collect the data. But the data may be in JSON format, the data may be in Excel file, the data may be in CSV format. Okay, now these data sets must be converted into data frame on which we can apply the machine learning algorithms. Okay. Now the question is, what is a data frame then? Data frame is simply a tabular structure, a two-dimensional tabular structure. We can say it's simply a table which must have rows and columns and data are organized properly. That's what is known as data frame. So first, in whichever format we have the data, we have to convert it into a data frame. Then only we can apply the machine learning algorithms. Okay, now the question is, then what is the pandas job? The pandas job is to create the data frame and many other functions also. Okay, so the first job is you have to convert your file formats into a proper data frame just before starting the project using pandas library. Okay, now for using pandas library, we have to import it. How? Import pandas as PD. Okay, why PD? It's just an alias. You can give any name. Okay, it's like nickname. Okay, so after you import, now you can convert it into a data. Now first we will see that how we can download anything from scikit-learn library and can work on that. Now we will download the dataset from sklearn library. So we can write from sklearn dot datasets import load iris. Okay, load iris dataset is based on iris flowers. Their length, width, these are given datasets, and you have to find which type of species is this. Okay, that's what the dataset all about. We will explore more. Okay, now let me start. So now first we have downloaded the dataset. As of now, we have to keep it in a variable load iris. This one will just download the dataset. Okay, you can give any name. This is just a variable name. I have given iris. It is loaded. Now let's check what is there in iris. First, I will write type function. Type function, you remember, it gives us the data types. So you can see this is sklearn.utils.bunch. Bunch simply means it has lots of data. Okay. Okay, so you can see this is not a data frame yet. We will convert this into a data frame. Okay, now suppose before that, if I just want to check what is there in the data set, so I can write iris dot data. Can you tell me what I'm trying to do here? This is slicing. You can remember slicing. The first one giving nothing means start from the initial. Fifth means up to 5 rows. Okay. See here. First rows 0th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have just sliced it from the data set. This is not a data frame. You can see. So these are the things given. Sepal length, sepal width, petal width of the flowers, and our job is, that is our target is to find which type of species is this. Okay, now let's see what are the feature names. Feature names simply means that what are the column names. Okay, that is what is known as feature names. That means sepal length. This one is sepal length in centimeter. Sepal width, next one. Petal length, this one. And petal width. Okay, these are the column names. So these are here feature names. Okay. Now what are the other things we can see? Like we can check the shape of the data. Iris dot data dot shape. Shape is an attribute. This is not a function. That's why we have not given the brackets. First one is row, the next one is column. So it has 150 rows, 4 columns. 4 columns we can already see, and it has 150 rows. Okay. So we have just explored what is there inside this iris dataset. Okay. Now our job is to convert it into a data frame. Then only we can apply those machine learning algorithms. Okay. I can directly convert or I can convert in this way. First, I write df features. I'll show you both the ways. Okay. PD dot data frame. Data frame. This one will convert the data set into a data frame, into a table, two-dimensional table having proper rows and columns. Fine. Inside this, we have to pass attributes. Data means iris.data. That means take those data from the iris, keep it in df features dataset. Comma, it must have some columns. So columns equal to iris dot feature names. I have already shown you what are the feature names. This one. So I want them to be the column names. Okay. Now let me run this. How can I check? By giving the head function. So if I write, see, you can see now. Data, these are the data. These are the feature names which are used as columns. Data means all these things are kept in this df features data set. So now we have a proper data frame on which we can apply the algorithms. Okay. And our data set has rows and columns. Fine. Okay. Now, if you remember, for supervised learning, we have label dataset. So, our dataset may contain a label or may not contain. Now, in this dataset, we have labels. So, what types of learning is this? This one is supervised learning. Anyway, that's not our topic for the day. So, we will add the target column. df underscore, sorry, target equals to pd dot data frame data equals to iris dot target. Here the data is what is written as target in iris. That is what I will take it as the data. And what are the column names? I have only one column. So one column name, that is target. Fine. Now let's see what happens. So I have two data frame. One is df features data frame. Another one is df target. Let me show you what is there in df target. So if I write the head function always shows us the first 5 rows. Now our job is to determine the types of the iris flower. Okay. So this is our output. Now we will concatenate both of them. How can we do it? Simply by writing df equals to, I will give this data set as df. Df is like conventional, everyone uses this. You can give any name you want. Okay, you can write anything. Now I will write df equal to pd dot concat. Concat is a function which is used to concatenate. Here, what are the things we are going to concat? Two data set. First one we have created df features. Second one we have created df target. Fine. Now write axis equals to 1. Why axis equals to 1? Axis equals to 0 means it will be added row wise. Axis equal to column means it will be added column wise. Done. Now let's see what is there in df. So df dot head. See here. Although both of the data frames have been concatenated. So you can see these are the this is the data set. We have rows, we have columns, we have the data, we have it labeled output as well. Okay, so we can apply any supervised algorithm on this data set. Fine. Now let's see what are the other things we can see. Like if I write df.tell, these are the functions you will be using while doing different types of project. Df.tell means, so this will be showing us the last 10 rows. Let me show you. Df.save. This will give us the rows and columns. 150 rows, 5 columns. So you can see these are the last 5 rows. So if you give tail, it will show you last 5 rows. If you give head, it will show you first 5 rows. By default, it gives you 5. If you want more, you can simply mention that. It will give you 10. Here target is 2. That is different kinds of iris flower. Okay, fine. Now, what are the other things we can do? Like we can write df.info. Info means it will give us the complete information about the dataset. Here you can see total 5 columns. It is showing us sepal length, sepal width, petal length, petal width. What are the non-null values? 150 non-null. That means there is no missing dataset. And these are in float values. But this is in integer. Float means decimal point. Integer means discrete 1, 2, 3, 4. Float means 1.2, 2.3. You can see decimal values. This is integer values. Okay. So simply we can get complete information from df.info. Now suppose if I write df.describe. Describe function will give us the statistics of the dataset. Here every column is numerical column. So they provide count, mean, standard deviation, minimum. Okay. So from this you can have an overall idea about the dataset. That also you can do using df.describe. Okay. Fine. So we have many data sets on scikit-learn library like wine data set, Boston housing price data set, many real data sets and many toy data sets. So your job is to simply download a data set and try to follow all these steps. Okay, if you face any problem or if you have any question I have missed to explain, then kindly ask in the comment sections. Fine. So this is the way we can simply download the data set and we can work on that. But most of the time we'll be working on external data sets. So now we have to see how we can download them and how we can explore those data sets. That we will be doing in our next part. Okay, bye, happy learning. Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. Today we are going to continue Pandas library in Python. In our last class, we learned that how to download any data sets from sklearn library and then convert them into a data frame. Now in this session, we will see how we can convert different kinds of data formats into a data frame so that we can apply the machine learning algorithms. Okay, we are going to do many examples. Now start with this one. Here I have created a list of list. So now our job is to convert this data into a data frame. Okay. Now how can I do it? Same process, the data frame function by using pd.dataframe, pandas short form. This one is the data, that is the values, and now columns means the name of the columns. Here I have written name, age, city. Name will be the first column, age will be the second column, and city will be the third column. Now if I try to print this, then the data frame will be printed. See, it will be this list of list will be converted into a data frame. I'm sorry, I have to run this pandas as pt. Okay, see, this is converted into a data frame. Okay, next one, see, this one you can see that this is a dictionary, but list of dictionary. Same, I want to just convert them. Here I don't need to provide the column names. It's already given like name, age, city. So I can just write pd.dataframe data. Now if I run it, this will be converted into a data frame. Okay. So you can gather data in any format. Now first your job is to convert them into a data frame. That is the main crux. That is the main usage of pandas. Okay. Now see this one. Here I have created an array using NumPy. NumPy library can be used to create any array. So see, I have just created an array and I have same kept it in data. Now I want to make it a data frame. How can I do it? By using data frame Data, here columns and names are not provided, so I can give column name. These are the column names. You can give another column names also. Okay, as per your choice. This is not fixed. These are the string. They, you can see these are kept in a quotation. Okay, now if I run it, then the numpy array, this is a numpy array converted into a data frame. Now you can apply algos on that. Okay. Suppose I have any CSV file or Excel file and I want to work on those. If you have seen my project, then you have already experienced. Otherwise, let me show you. See, this is a data set. You can see. Now my job is to upload this data set in Colab, convert it into a data frame so that I can apply machine learning algorithms. Fine. This is, you can see this is an Excel format. Or if I want to open it with Notepad, now you can see that this is a CSV file. Why CSV? This is comma separated value, full form of CSV. See, this there is comma after every values. Okay, so that is why this file is not CSV file. So your file can be in CSV format, can be in Excel format, can be in JSON format. It doesn't matter. You can simply convert them into data frame using Pandas library. Okay. Now suppose first what I have to do, I have to upload the data set. So you can go here, click here and upload files. So I have kept it in download. Okay. See here, this one is getting uploaded. Once it's uploaded, you can use it. So I can write df equal to pd dot read csv. If you are uploading an Excel file, you can write Excel. Okay, it's simple, nothing. Whatever the format is, you have to write it here. pd.read and the file format. Here, I have to put the path. How can I write it? You can just click here, copy path. You just keep it here. Okay, you have to keep it in quotation. Fine. Suppose you are working in Jupyter, then also no issues. If your folder is in desktop, go to the folder, right click on the folder, copy the path and put it in the Jupyter. No problem, there will be no issues. But sometimes we make a problem with front slash and backslash. I face problems many times. So if you are facing any problem like it is unable to find, then you may check that whether you have given the correct slash or not. Okay, just be careful with the slash. Okay, now you can see that it is already done. Now, same way, do you remember df.head can help us to see what is there in the dataset. Okay, this is the same dataset we have just seen. So we can simply upload this in read underscore CSV, read underscore Excel, read underscore JSON, in whichever format it is, and you can simply work on that. Now you can apply df.info, df.describe, df.save. There are many other functions in Pandas. You can apply all those things in a data frame. Fine. So this way you can create a data frame also. Study about different types of functions. Here I have just created a dictionary and I have converted it into a data frame. Dictionary means you don't need to provide the columns because already there are keys. Keys will be used as column names. Fine. Now here I have just sorted the values. How? By age. I want the data frame to be sorted. So I can write sort underscore values by the column name, by the column age. Now if I run it, first one is the data frame, the original data frame, this one, 25, 30, 22, 28. Next one you can see the ages are sorted, 22, 25, 28, 30. Fine. So you can just simply sort the values by giving sort underscore values. Okay, fine. Now, if you want, you can do other things also. Like you can apply df.info, you can apply df.head, you can apply df.tell, df.describe. Whenever it's converted into a data frame, you can apply whatever the functions you have in Pandas as per your necessity. Okay, next understand duplicates function. Here you can see I have written Alice, Bob, Charlie, Alice, David, Bob. So things are repeating like Alice, Bob. Okay, they are repeating. I want a clean data set where there will be no duplicates. So for that, first I have to convert this data into data frame. What I have done here, as it is a dictionary, no column names are required. Next step is find the duplicates. How can I find the duplicates? By using the duplicated function. This function will give me those values which are duplicates. Let me show it to you. See, these are the values which are duplicates. Okay. Alice, Bob, Alice, Bob. Alice 25 New York, Bob 30 San Francisco. These are existing in the dataset two times. So I can write df equal to df dot drop duplicates. To check the duplicates, I have to write duplicated. To drop the duplicates, I have to write df underscore drop duplicates. Now suppose if I want to print df, see, Alice, Bob, Charlie, David. No duplicates. Alice, Bob, Charlie, David. Alice and Bob, second time, they are simply removed. So I am getting a clean data set. Okay, so this is the way you can remove duplicates. Fine. Now suppose I want to check whether there is any null value or not. How can I check that? df dot is null. Let's see. See, it is showing me the boolean values. False means there is a value. It's not null. Same. So there is no null value. Here you can see no null value. That is why it is showing me as everything as false. Okay. Now suppose instead of is null, if I provide not null, then the opposite one. Not null means to check whether the value exists. Yes, in every column there is a value. So this is giving us true. So is null, not null, exactly opposite, but doing the same things like finding whether there is any missing value or not. Why do you need to find anything missing or not? To achieve a good accuracy, your data must be clean. So it should not contain any missing values. Missing values can be deleted or can be replaced with some other values. There are some methods, but those things we will learn while doing EDA part. Okay. Now let's understand another function that is as type. See here, I've created a data, name, age, salary, a dictionary, converted it into a data frame. Now if you check D types, so it will show you, just let me show you. It will show you that this is a data frame. Name is an object, age is an object, salary is an object, D type object. Object is kind of string. Here everything you can see in a string format. These are also in string format, written in quotation. So that's why these are treated as object. Okay. Now I have converted into a data frame. Okay. Now what I want that age is in a string format. But I want it as a numerical value. Salary same. I want to convert it into a numerical value. So I can simply change the data type by using as type function. If you write as type function and you pass in which you want to change it, like I want to change it into an integer, so I can simply write as type integer. So it will be changed into integer. Salary will be changed into float. Float means decimal values. Now if you check the D types, you can simply see that name is object because we have not done anything with name. Age we have changed it into integer, so in 64. Salary we have changed it into float, so float 64. Okay, so you can simply change the data type also after you have converted into a data frame. Okay, so after you convert your data sets into a data frame, then you can clean the data using different kind of functions. Fine. Here I will tell you how to convert anything to date time format. Here there is the data which is containing date and value, but dates are in string format. So if I check the D types, it will show us as object. Date is an object. Okay. Now our job is to convert it into datetime. Simple. You have to use two datetime functions. Simply call the function and pass the data frame on which you want to apply. Like we want to change the date into datetime, so we have written df date. That means within this data set, on this date column, this will be converted to two datetime. Fine. Now if I just check what is the data type, it will show us datetime object. Okay, fine. Simple things. Just practice once. Okay. Next one is a correlation matrix. Correlation, if you have seen my project, you have already experienced it. Correlation means a relation between two columns. Like, uh, suppose if I study for a long time, I'll get good marks. So these are kind of positive correlation. There is a relationship between two columns. If one is increasing, another one is also increasing, then it is positively correlated. if one is increasing but another one is negatively decreasing. So relationship between them is negatively correlated. Depending on the relationship, we can find the correlations. So for that, we have to use CORR function. This is the data. I have just converted it into a data frame. And now if you simply call the correlation function CORR, then you can get a correlation matrix. Okay. Now let me show you. This is just a correlation matrix. The value is between -1 to 1. It shows that if A increases, B decreases. But if A increases, C also increases. A and C positively correlated, but A and B are negatively correlated. Simply understand the concept. What is correlation, and we can use them wherever we need to know what are the relationship between different columns. Okay, so that we can find the patterns from the data set. Fine. Now see next one. You have a data set, like you just want to convert this data set into Excel file and you want to save that. That's what your task is. Now how can you do it? I have just taken a data, converted into a data frame. You may have a ready-made data frame also. Like we have that data frame. What you have to do, you just want to convert it into an Excel file. Now first you have to give the file path. File path means where you want to save the file. If you want to save it in desktop, just go to your desktop, create a folder where you want to keep, right click, copy path. Just put the path here. That's what you have to do. Okay. Next one is you have to write df dot to Excel. To Excel means this will be converted into an Excel file and will be saved. Okay, here provide the path. This is the path. You can directly put the path here, or you can write here and write the variable name here also. So it will just simply convert it into an Excel file. Now if you run it, this will be saved as an Excel file into your desired path. Okay. Same way if you want, just write CSV to underscore CSV. So it will be converted into CSV file and it will be saved. Fine. Now see this one. This one is just I have created a pivot table. Okay, first see here. Here you can see that score of Alice in math, score of Bob in math, score of Charlie in math, score of David in math, score of Alice in physics. So you can see that the data is a bit haphazard manner. I want a good summary of the table. I want to convert it into a pivot table. For that, I have to write pivot table function. DF, that means the data frame. I have to provide values, index, column names. Let me show you first. You can see here. So on the basis of subjects, the column will be created. What are the subject? Math, physics. So math will be one column, physics will be one column. Fine. Index is name. You can see this one is known as index. The first one, the first column. So index means name. Alice, Bob, Charlie, David. Okay. And then put the score as values. These are the score. So you have to put the score accordingly. Okay. That's what we instructed, and now our data frame is ready. Okay, so if you just want a good summary of any data frame, you can convert it into pivot table. Okay, so we have almost completed basics, in fact more than basics from pandas, but we are going to learn more while doing exploratory data analysis part. Okay, so bye, happy learning.